They told you it was a natural disaster. They told you no one could have seen it coming. They lied.
Was an entirely expected storm. It was certainly a bad Category 5 hurricane, but it was nowhere near the worst. Plenty more powerful storms have hit the mainland US since 2005.
Good evening.
Exactly 396 days before Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, the government ran a simulation, code name Hurricane Pam. It predicted every single thing that was about to happen: the flooded streets, the 60,000 deaths, the collapse of the Superdome. But instead of fixing the levees, federal officials sat in a back room and laughed. One researcher said he felt like a geek with a strange accent, while the world's most powerful people ignored the end of a major American city.
And all I was thinking about is I hope she grabbed onto something on the way out. And I could see that the little boat that was on the side of the house was still floating.
To understand why New Orleans was doomed, you have to realize that the city isn't just on the water, it's under it. A fragile bowl protected by concrete walls that were built to fail. By August 2005, that bowl was about to overflow. August 26th, Katrina hits Florida as a Category 1 storm. It should have been minor, but the Gulf of Mexico was 90 degrees. Rocket fuel for a hurricane. In just 24 hours, it dawdled in size. It became a Category 5 monster with winds of 175 miles per hour. The pressure was so low, it was literally sucking the ocean upward. The National Hurricane Center issued a bulletin so terrifying it had never been used before. They warned that human suffering will be incredible, and that human existence would be nearly impossible one for weeks. Mayor Ray Nagin ordered the first mandatory evacuation in the city's history. 1.2 million people fled. But for tens of thousands of the city's most vulnerable, the elderly, the poor, those without cars, the bowl was about to become a prison. August 29th, 6:10 a.m. Katrina makes landfall. The eye passes to the east. For a moment, the city breathed a sigh of relief. The media reported that New Orleans had dodged a bullet, but under the surface, the system was already dying. The storm didn't overtop the levees, it destroyed them. Because of substandard construction by the Army Corps of Engineers, the walls literally slid off their foundations. 50 different breaches opened up at once. This wasn't a flood, it was an execution. Brown, toxic water traveled at 20 miles per hour through residential streets. People had to hack through their own roofs with axes just to reach the air. If you look at the houses in New Orleans today, you can still see the axe marks on the attic ceilings, the physical scars of a city trying to breathe. The Superdome was supposed to be the refuge of last resort. It became a circle of hell. 15,000 people trapped in 95-degree heat with no power, no running water, and no working toilets. For 4 days, the world watched the wealthiest nation on earth abandon its own citizens. One resident's plea haunted the airwaves. "We've been out here 4 days. We've really been out here 4 days." While people were waving white cloths from their rooftops, the federal response was paralyzed by bureaucracy. FEMA was slow, the state was uncoordinated, and the Army Corps of Engineers was silent. This is where the story of Katrina moves from a weather event to a crime. 1,400 people died, most of them elderly, like 93-year-old Doris Commerdell, who were left with no way out. Years later, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers finally admitted the truth. The disaster was caused by faulty design and construction. They spent $14 billion to rebuild a system they should have built right the first time. The city is back, but it's uneven. Some neighborhoods thrived, others are still empty lots. Ghosts of 2005. Katrina's name has been retired, but the lesson hasn't been learned. The storm didn't destroy New Orleans, the system did. And in a world of rising seas and failing infrastructure, the question isn't if it will happen again, it's where. Don't forget the axe marks. Like and subscribe to keep the truth from being submerged.